You all know that fertilization involves the fusion of the nucleus from a sperm with the nucleus of an ova or an egg. But what are the events that take place before this fusion? The two important events that facilitate the sperm fusing with an egg are capacitation of sperm and acrosome reaction. Let us discuss these two in detail, but remember that these two processes are vital and very important for the fertilization to occur actually. So the capacitation of sperms. You all know that the female genital tract is actually not suitable for the sperms. It is highly acidic in nature. So what happens? The semen which is containing the sperms that is entering the vagina, it already contains many secretions from Cowper glands, from prostate glands, and from seminal vesicles. What are these secretions? These secretions are actually going to neutralize the acidity of the female genital tract. Why do we need to neutralize the acidity? We need this because the sperms can be motile in an alkaline medium. Okay. So, on the other hand, the female genital tract is also going to release certain secretions which is going to help the sperm to reach the ova or the egg and to fuse with the nucleus. So, this is known as capacitation of sperms. Remember that female genital tract is also going to release some secretions which is going to help the sperm to reach the ova or the egg. So, the sperms now become capacitated. Next, we move on to acrosome reaction. You all have studied the structure of a sperm. The head contains two parts, nucleus and acrosome. And this acrosome is important. Why? Because it contains certain hydrolytic or you can say digestive enzymes that are important for a sperm so that they can reach the secondary oocyte or the egg. I have listed these hydrolyzing enzymes. The first one is hyaluronidase, second is corona penetrating enzyme, and the third is zona lysin or acrosin. The names may seem tough, but if you understand their function, it is quite easy. When we have secondary oocyte, if I draw a secondary oocyte, this secondary oocyte is surrounded by two layers. The first dense layer of the cells is known as corona radiata. We have a dense layer of cells which is surrounding the secondary oocyte. It is known as corona radiata. And after this corona radiata, we have another layer of cells that we call as zona pellucida. It is zona pellucida. So what is going to happen? We have a secondary oocyte. It is surrounded by corona radiata, that is the outer dense layer of cells, and then we have zona pellucida. Now the sperm has to actually cross these two barriers if it has to reach the ova or the egg's plasma membrane. So what is going to happen? These enzymes which we call as hydrolyzing enzymes or the digestive enzymes, they are going to digest these two layers. As I told you that hyaluronidase is going to hydrolyze hyaluronic acid, and this corona penetrating enzyme is going to actually digest or hydrolyze this corona radiata, this dense layer of cells which we call as corona radiata. So this corona penetrating enzyme is going to digest this. Okay. Then if you talk about zona lysin or acrosin, you can make out from this word zona lysin. Lysin is again going to dissolve what? Zona lysin is going to dissolve this zona pellucida, this second layer. So these hydrolyzing enzymes are very important so that the sperm can actually reach the plasma membrane and cross this barrier to reach the secondary oocyte. So remember that acrosome reaction is the reaction which takes place in the acrosome. And over here, one thing is very important that needs to be mentioned. This zona pellucida contains glycoproteins. One of the major glycoproteins is ZP3, or you should say ZP3. This ZP3, this is going to actually bind to its complementary with acrosomal head. What is going to happen when this is initiated?